May the 4th be with you is coming up, so let's talk about some Star Wars lessons you can do in the music classroom. If this is the first time ever clicking on any of my videos, thank you so much for being here. My name is Jessie. I'm a kindergarten through 6th grade music teacher in Phoenix, Arizona, and on this channel you're going to find play-along videos, teacher tips, lesson ideas, and really anything that has to do with the music classroom. So let's get into it. The first lesson I have for you has to do with Solfege and like a little Star Wars story. So this used to be on my TPT store. Since then, I actually have taken it off because I think it's better as a freebie. So it is going to be a freebie on my blog. So I will have a little link for you guys, a link for you over to my website where you guys can download this lesson for free. So it is like a little story interactive game with writing Sola Mia on the staff. So you're gonna have, all the kids are gonna have their own little staff. They're gonna have some little markers. I like to use, you know, like in floral arrangements, when you put like those little pebbles, those glass pebbles in the jar and then you put your flowers in. I love to use those, and I think that my personal staff that I made for you guys is pretty much that size, but you can use whatever you want for the note heads. So you're gonna have all the students have their own. You're gonna need four to six, I believe. I think they're all, aren't they all quarter notes? I want to say yes, 4 to 6 pebbles. Then you're gonna tell the story. So pretty much it's like a story. You like read the first part, you're like, thanks for being here, you know. We have to solve the mystery of the missing BB-8. BB-8 is gone, we don't know where he's gone. So let's turn on the, you know, spacecraft, and then they have to put, you know, down their Sola Mi pattern, or it might say like so, mi, la. They have to write that on their board. And once majority of the class has it written down correctly, you reveal the answer. And you say like, great job. Now, next step. Okay, we gotta make sure that the computer is ready to go. And what was BB-8 made the password? And the joke is in the very beginning. So we say like, man, he was really hungry for a sandwich that day. I wonder like what kind of sandwich it was, because I think that's what his password was. And it's salami. Okay, then you try and lead the class, so they're going to try and figure out what the password is. And it does take some of the classes get it right away, and some of the classes do not get it at all. I made that Sola Mi joke a lot because I play poison pattern, and a lot of times my first poison pattern is Sola Mi, so that they can like remember it really easily, and they always are like, oh my gosh, salami. So that is the password, and so you have them like make different patterns, and some kids will be like, oh, is it la, and you'd be like, no, it's not that. It's just three things. Is it like so-mi? No, not a so-mi sandwich. And then finally they start to get it, and you're like, oh yes, it's salami. They got it, and then they get the computer started. And it just goes on from there. It tells the story. You're trying to find BB-8. So pretty much every time they put down a pattern of Sola and me on their staff, they get to the next part of the story. It ends up they find BB-8 in Italy. He's getting a salami sandwich. Okay, so that's the first one. That'll be a freebie again on my blog. My second lesson for you has to do with Darth Vader. So the Imperial March, I made a form, and there are quite a few of these types of movement things. And so I don't know, like way back in the day when I made this, if this was like inspired maybe from some YouTube videos that I saw, but I think most of it is fine. Just, that's a quick little disclaimer. There are a lot of really cool Star Wars movement videos, and I might have taken a little inspiration. But my version is with Imperial March. Your students are going to be in long way sets. You're going to have your steady beat sabers, which is from Amy Abbott. She has Rhythm Wars, a game that you can do with your students, and really all you do is you get a pool noodle and you cut it in half, and so you have the two halves, and then you just put, if you are feeling, that could be it, honestly, and the kids would be very happy with it. And they get their steady beat saber, or what I did is I put a piece of like that gray original duct tape around it, and then just a little bit of black electric tape at the top. I'll put in an overlay of a video of those steady beat sabers that I've made in the past, so that it looks like a lightsaber. So students are gonna be long way sets. They all have one, and so the intro. Oh, hold on a second. Gotta get this so I remember. Okay, so the intro, they're long way set. They have their partner on the other side of them across the way. They're just holding their lightsaber. They put it out, and so there's going to be alternating 8 beats in there, and they're just going to be tapping the beat. Dun, 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 switch. Dun, dun. And what will happen is they will be using the same hand, but there'll be one partner. So like one side of the long way set is tapping the steady beat. And when I say switch, they hold theirs still. And then the other side, their partner gets to tap the lightsaber against your partner's lightsaber in. You guys, the whole, privacy and things. I can just take a video of my kids doing it. And so it's always a challenge a little bit explaining this, but hopefully you're tracking with me. Okay, so then they have the chance to tap the steady beat, and then I switch again. They have to hold their lightsaber still. The first partner gets to tap the beat again, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of that 8-beat pattern back and forth. Then they're gonna prepare to march. So I go, first they put their lightsaber up against their shoulder. We talk about don't touch your shoulder, you're gonna cut your shoulder off. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, 2, 3, 4, march in place, 3, 4, then they actually march. So they're gonna be in their 2 lines marching down the rows. And finally, they're gonna march out and they're just gonna march and do a free march. The music all of a sudden like turns like they're hiding or something like that. And so I say, oh, everybody hide, the stormtroopers are close. And so we like pretend to hide and go around like this. And then finally you come back, you do your the lightsaber part again. 1, 2, 3, 4. The main theme comes back. So back and forth that. You do the prepare for march again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn, 2, 3, 4. March in place. 2, 3, 4. Then you actually peel the banana. So we're gonna do kind of bring our folk dancing into it. So they're gonna peel the banana. They're gonna come around. The kids are gonna make a lightsaber bridge. They're gonna go underneath. And finally at the end, I say them to crouch and hide again because the stormtroopers are close. And then they do one last jump up when do a pose, whatever cool pose they want to do with their lightsaber at the very last chord. So that is it. I hope you guys kind of got the idea from that. Written out instructions will be in the blog, so hopefully that'll be a little more clear for you guys. Okay, next up. So this lesson is another movement lesson, and I did not make this lesson up. It was a fabulous teacher in my district that shared it with us when we had a meeting together, and it's such a fun idea. So it has to do with mirroring. It's going to be to Rey's theme from the Awakening. What is it? The Force Awakens, I believe, video movie. And so what you do first up is the very first lesson, you're just going to talk about what is mirroring, and you're going to put on the music, and it's going to be teacher led. And I would do, when we talk about mirroring, it should be slow enough that people can copy you and they know, how to do it. You're not trying to trick somebody. You want them to mirror you just like you're doing it, and we should not know who is the leader, who's mirroring who. So first I was just the teacher, and you can't really see my whole body or I'd really go for it, but I usually go for hands first, maybe head, just slowly starting to get your torso in action, and finally the feet too. So I kind of go, one body part at a time, slowly adding it in until it's a full body mirroring. Then, all while that race theme is going on, then I will, on that same day, I'll say, okay, now it's your turn. So I will get them with partners. They will stand and face each other, and they will be mirrored. So whoever the leader is first, I'll say, okay, you're gonna start mirroring. And sometimes depending on the class, sometimes I might just have them start by being seated. And so they just can move their hands, their shoulders, their neck, their head. And so it's not as many body parts, and then you have them stand maybe on the next lesson. It's totally up to you. But I do say, okay, so the first person, they're going to lead the mirroring, and then when I ding this triangle, it's the second person's turn, and you're going to copy them. And so just dinging that triangle back and forth, they're mirroring and things like that. Then the next day, you can even extend it even more where the student could be full body. You could have partners that are actually mirroring each other, like moving around the room. So when they turn their partner, so essentially they're following their partner and trying to copy what they do. And then when that partner turns around, then the other one is the leader, and so on and so forth. I've also seen a triangle formation that people will do sometimes, and even adding a scarf could help students with more, movement ideas. So I've seen one person here, 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 and here, and they stay stationary. They don't really move around the room, but they do their, mirroring, which you might have to talk about a little bit about.
Get that.
Oh.
Try again.
Siri, she does this to me all the time. You might have to talk about, like, if someone's behind you, how can they mirror you successfully? If you're doing something with your face or, something that's very minuscule, it might be hard for them to notice it. So you're gonna have to really use your limbs and get out there. But essentially what it is everyone's following this person at the top. And when they finally turn to this way, then it's the second person's turn to do the leadering, be the leader, and then the third person, they turn, and then the fourth person. So there are lots of opportunities, and it's always just that ding of a triangle to tell the students when to switch leaders and things like that. So mirroring activity can be super fun. All right, and then just an honorable mention is I do have another blog post on 3 different Star Wars lessons for you guys, and that also includes a freebie. I made a songmaker thing last year for May the 4th because we're online. So if you are still online, this would be an awesome thing to send out to your students. Essentially, you are challenging them to make a Star Wars melody on songmaker, but you don't tell them what it is, and then they have to, once they create it, they listen to it and see if they can guess what movie it came from or which character it represents. And so then they can go to the next slide and reveal the answer and see if they were right. And I think I had Imperial March on there, and maybe, I'm not even gonna say, I can't even remember, but it'll be in that blog post for you guys, because I think I will be wrong. I want to say it's Yoda's theme too. I don't know. You just have to check it out, you guys. So I had that, and then I also have 2 other ideas that you could do for May the 4th be with you. So what a fun holiday. I love Star Wars so much, and it's so fun to do, activities with the music. The music is just off the chain. It is wonderful. It's amazing. Love it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.